Your business is a vehicle to take you where you want to go. So a lot of times we feel like we have to be a service to the business. Should be the other way around. The business is meant to serve me and what I want to achieve for myself, my family, my people.
You're listening to the Traffic and Funnels Show.
The question I had is, I keep hearing about like the anchors and then, celebrate your win by buy a trinket and do something or give away wealth or invest in something. But then I also hear on the other end of like, oh, as an entrepreneur, you need to keep your cash. Your cash needs to be productive. Like you got to make sure that your cash flow is healthy so you can continue to add and scale your team. So I get a little bit confused on like, should I spend my money? Should I be hanging on to it? Like when are you supposed to do what? Like what's the threshold?
Depends on your season. Are you in a season of survival?
I don't know.
Why would you even ever want to be in a season of survival? Wouldn't you always want to be thriving? Like how can you?
Yeah, but most people are in survival.
How do you guys define those seasons? Those are the different levels of survival. Right?
So survival, you can almost die. Like tomorrow, something can take you out. Like you don't have enough cash stored. Like one wrong move, you're out. You have to go get a job.
Not in survival.
So for you, what would be a definition of thriving, financially speaking?
I think like making $100K a month would be financial.
And how much cash in the bank?
Like 75.
So that's the thing, is understanding where people don't understand where they're at. And then they may come away from this like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna give away all my money. And they have no money in the bank, right? So it's important to understand that. And then, I think you start small and scale it up because there is something to belief that's important. You having the belief in yourself to produce,
right,
to continue to grow.
The reason I'm asking the question is we're looking into buying a house and it's expensive, but it's expensive for us now, but I truly believe that it's not going to be a problem by March when it's done. And so me and my husband keep going back and forth. I'm like, well, we're supposed to up level. And then, oh no, we're supposed to have cash flow. And he's like, we don't want to be house poor. So it's like a truly like a real question in our life right now. And I'm like, we should go for it because we'll make the money once we get this house.
And how much is it?
1.1.
What's your payment going to be?
Well, it depends on what we end up putting down, but it could be either $7,000 a month at the maximum, or it could be less based on our mortgage and if we sell our house.
And how much money do you guys make?
Combined, well, geez, I'm making more money now. Probably like 450-ish, 500.
So let me ask you this question. If nothing changed with your income, would it stress you out?
Yes.
So then I would look at fixing the income thing first, delay your gratification.
Okay.
That was a good answer. That was a good answer. Yeah. All right. Yep. Hold on.
How much money were you taking? Hold on. No. How much money were you like personally taking home before you were like, okay, I can spend $700 a month on a car and it doesn't matter, right? Because I've been in that position where I'm like, okay, I want to upgrade my car, right? But then I'm like, okay, like, is that the smartest move right now? Like, I don't need it, I could wait 6 months and do it at a different position, So like,
I think we waited a long time, but we both come from backgrounds where it's like we were pretty afraid to go back and be poor. Like we didn't want to go back to where we came from, so we waited a long time. And when Chris talks about hedging, if you heard him talk about that, that's where that comes from too. It's just we are far back from the line. Like we could make 12 fatal mistakes in a row and just pop back and still be here. Mm-hmm. So I would probably say wait longer than than necessary.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're going to err on that side, because that's the safest. Mm-hmm. I mean, everything you're looking at is just your potential upside, your potential downside, but it's not just financially. It's also emotionally and your stress. And that's why I asked that question of Ajal, because you have to make sure that if you are going to continue to grow financially, you have to keep your stress and anxiety and stuff in check. And if you are taking external actions that's going to compromise that, then it could be dangerous for the business. This negative situation where we were doing 6 figures a month and we were only paying ourselves $5,000 each for a long time. Like we just freaking stacked cash. So we were in a negative. I would say for me, for sure, I was definitely survival because I almost lost my house and I had 4 kids years ago. So that was something I had to grow out of. Part of that, I had to get that confidence by having cash in the bank. So confidence is really something you have to look at and measure. Do you have confidence to produce cash 6 months, 12 months from now? Is it rock solid? Then I think that's also part of you factor that in.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Does that help?
Yeah.
You guys getting value still? Yeah.
Matt has his hand up.
Hey guys, big fans of you. What? Yeah, question around the trinkets. How do you guys upgrade? You talk about watches, Teslas. I understand it, but how do you not become attached to it where, I know Peyton's car broke down like 2 weeks ago. That trinket goes away. How do you stay regulated when that is sacrificed?
He just had to throw Peyton in there.
Sorry, Peyton.
I know Peyton's car broke down on the side of the highway. Well, I think it's a balance between, for me, the way I do it is my morning formula doesn't have many trinkets in it. It's mostly personality, identity, who I am. At the beginning, it was all trinkets. My whole morning formula, like if you see the old template, I think you had to redo it because people were like, well, what if I don't care about cars? That's all it was. It's like, I just want to buy this and I want to buy this and buy this. But as I've matured, now my morning formula is almost top to bottom. This is who Taylor is. This is what he does. This is what he does for people. This is what the team looks like. So when I'm reading that, probably 4 or 5 times a week, I don't really care that much about the trinkets. The trinkets are more secondary. They're in my office. They're around me. They're kind of just there, and it's a byproduct.
So like a supplement.
Yeah, it's a supplemental tool. Yeah. Does that help you? Did Chris, you got anything on that? No?
What are those subtle shifts that you guys made? Like what you know right now, what do you want? What do you wish you had back then? What do you wish you knew? What do you wish that you know now you knew back then, but you changed completely?
I'd say one thing that can encapsulate it is your business is a vehicle to take you where you want to go. So a lot of times we feel like we have to be a service to the business. Should be the other way around. The business is meant to serve me and what I want to achieve for myself, my family, my people, right? Whatever it is, whether it's impact, whatever. You want a lake house, whatever. But a lot of times we give so much service and homage to the business, and so we get emotionally attached to the business, and then we become slaves to the business. So when you change that perspective, I think it gives you a healthy perspective to where, is this serving my vision? Is this serving where I want to go? If not, I'll just get a different vehicle. I'll just change it. So that's what I would say, dude. And then the other thing too is that I think it is ignorance for people to say, oh, you have so much time. You don't. Who knows, right? Who knows how much time we have? And so it's important to live today to the fullest. Being a person who, I think, we misunderstand our value as entrepreneurs and business owners. Like, you guys are literally superheroes. Like, your ability to create impact, income, revenue, jobs is not common. And so if you attach a common value to it, it's not appropriate. So you understand that your value to the marketplace is massive. Enjoy that, appreciate it, and go all in on it. Who knows how much time we have? Live today to the fullest. And it's hard when we're just so concerned and worried about, oh my God, what's going to happen tomorrow? Am I going to get enough leads? Right? Don't pay so much honor and service to that. The whole thing about getting leads and sales and clients is to serve you, your purpose, and why you're here on this earth. Make sense?
Oh yeah. It's a good word.